Hey guys, Fishy here. Today's an interesting video because I don't do commentary. I usually just make edits and memes of things, but I feel like I really had to make a video on it because no one else is. Just want to say something before we get started. I usually go on a bunch of tangents because I really love Mark. So if I ever do that, please forgive me because I just love Mark with all my heart. He's my favorite. He needs more screen time. Also, the video quality is like really bad because I'm doing this on my phone and this is the first time ever doing this. But you know, it's fine. Who really cares? That's the intro, so now on to the video. The first reason why I think Mark's gonna get an episode about himself is because all the background characters that have gotten a miraculous that haven't had a transformation, they've all had an episode about them. For example, Sabrina in Daddy Cop, Nathaniel in The Ruler, and Ivan in El Toro di Piedra. With this information, Mark is definitely next, but I'm not really sure what episode it's gonna be yet. All I know is that it's gonna probably be before episode 20, because that's near the finale, and why would you just have Mark out of the blue just so important all of a sudden, even though he is the best character. But moving on. Like I said before, Sabrina, just like the other three, didn't get their own signature transformation just like any other character would. I think it was just to rush the episode through since a bunch was going on at once. So that's another reason why. I'm done talking about this specific point because I'm just switching topics and talking nonsense at this point. Speaking of switching topics, go subscribe to Utterly Chloe because she's my main inspiration and the reason why I created my channel in the first place. Please subscribe to her, she's the best. Now let's get back to the video. My second and probably final point, because I can't really think of anything on the top of my head right now, is the fact that they gate-kept the transformation of Roosterbolt from us at the end of The Ruler. In case you don't remember the episode or probably haven't watched the episode, which you probably should because there's spoilers coming up, Roosterbolt and Caprikid revealed their identities to each other, but the transformation of Roosterbolt wasn't shown to the audience. It was just the reaction of Caprikid. I was a little upset by this, but it was basically a subtle foreshadowing that Roosterbolt was getting an episode. This is just what I'm thinking. This is also sort of inspired by a pin I saw. It was basically a summary of what I just said, but I'll see if I can find it. I'm done with the second reason because I can't really think of anything else to say. So now I'm just gonna go on to theories on what I think is gonna happen in this Mark episode, because there's a lot I want to talk about. Also, if I sound funny, it's sort of the next day, so I apologize for that. I'm blabbing nonsense again, but back on topic. I did some digging on what the exact episode could be, and I believe it's the 20th, because I was looking through r/Miraculous Ladybug on Reddit, and it was what the miraculous episodes could be about based on their titles. I totally see this being the episode for Mark. Renverse, Reverser, it totally makes sense. But the thing is, I don't think Mark's gonna be the one getting akumatized in this episode. In fact, I think he's gonna be the one fighting the villain. The villain in question, Nathaniel. I don't know why I think it's him, to be honest. It's just like a gut feeling. Maybe Mark would do something unintentional or hurt him, and then he just turns into Heart Fixer to fix Mark's heart. I don't know what I'm doing, but I love my theories anyway. It makes my heart happy. On to my third theory, which I'm pretty sure will happen. Mark and Nathaniel will kiss. It just makes sense, because Julica and Rose, they kissed already in El Toro. Why wouldn't Mark and Nath kiss in Heart Fixer? Also, if you remember the Sunheart and Rainpiercer comic that they made, during their reveal, they took off their helmets, and after that, they just kissed. Sunheart is supposed to resemble Nathaniel, and Rainpiercer is supposed to resemble Mark. You can tell that Rainpiercer is Mark because of the singular earring, but people are also saying that the Knights actually resemble Ladybug and Cat Noir. I see it, but I don't see it, you know what I mean? Go ahead and believe what you want though, these are just my theories, personally. When and if Nathaniel gets akumatized, I feel like Mark as Roosterbolt is gonna kiss him, and then Nathaniel's gonna reject the akuma. It sounds so cliche, but so amazing at the same time to me, I don't know. But it's a thought. This one isn't exactly a theory, it's just an add-on to my other one, but after the battle when Ladybug or Roosterbolt defeats Heart Fixer, she's gonna be really upset at Mark and Nathaniel for revealing their identities to each other. It's gonna be the same reaction in Strike Back when Ladybug finds out that Alia told Nino about Rena Furtive. It's not gonna be that serious. They're just gonna get a dirty look and then a little chat after. Nothing too crazy. But at this point, what were you expecting? They're pretty much together. You tell everybody that identities must remain a secret, yet you tell your best friend that you're Ladybug? Also, because of your carelessness, Chrysalis now knows that Nathaniel's Capra kid. So that's great. My bad, I went on a ladybug rant. But when Mark does get his own episode, I hope it focuses on something like his mental health. Because why is he so shy all the time? He's literally one of 3 characters that have great parents in the show. So it doesn't really make sense. But like Marinette, maybe he has PTSD from being a victim of bullying. This could have been from a previous school because remember, in season 2, Mark was just introduced as a new character and he was super shy and skittish. After Reverser, season 6 especially, he just becomes a lot more brave and he's just helpful and laid back. Something happened with his character development. How do you come from being the shyest kid in the show to taking on a literal villain without a superhero suit? I love that, but it makes 0 sense to me. I want the episode to be more centered around Mark instead of Mark and Nathaniel together because we've already had an episode like that. But who knows, anything can happen. We're in season 6 now. Anyways, that's gonna conclude the video for now. Maybe I'll make another video like this if it gets a lot of views and likes, but who knows? See you guys next time, if there's a next time. Bye guys!